Professors Mithas and Lucas, thank you both for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Set up the issue a little bit. So we have foreign workers with very specialized skill sets who are coming into the United States, and that creates some concerns.
Yes, there are concerns on the part of some people in this country that those workers will come in and accept a lower salary and therefore push down wages for Americans. We were very interested in that in the case of information technology professionals because they make up a large part of the workers who come into the U.S. on these H-1B visas. So we were lucky to have access through Sunil to a very large database of over 50,000 IT professionals, and we looked at whether or not their wages were systematically different from the wages of American-born workers.
And Sunil, what did you find?
So what we find is a couple of interesting findings. The one finding is that foreign IT workers actually make more money than American IT workers. So what exactly is the premium? The premium is about 5 to 8%. So this actually goes against the conventional wisdom or the popular belief that these people are earning less money and that thereby they are depressing the wages of American workers. So that's one thing. The second interesting finding is that we find the salary premium actually, it fluctuates in response to how much visa supply is there. So for example, Congress every year they decide, or let's say through legislation they decide how much visa quota will be granted for these workers. So when the quota is set at lower rate, then we find that the premium is actually higher.
So why are these folks making more money? Is it that they have specialized skills, or is that the visa limitation limits supply and therefore the price goes up?
We get both of those factors, okay? We can't really disentangle which is which, but we suspect in the case of the foreign workers that many of them have intangible characteristics, intangible human capital. They've been willing to leave their own countries, their native countries, come to a foreign country. They're willing to work long hours. They're grateful for that opportunity. They don't resist moving around inside the United States or even being sent to foreign locations. So it wasn't a matter of education. It wasn't a matter of work experience. We think it's these intangibles that play a big role.
Talk about the politics of this a little bit. So, I mean, it's a time when we have 9-point-something% unemployment. So politically, it's a time when there's a temptation to raise all sorts of tariffs.
Right.
You're saying that Congress should sort of keep hands off this.
Yeah, I think so. I think the issue here is that to grow an economy, you need skilled workers, okay? And that's always been the case in this country.
Well, why can't we train our own skilled workers?
If you think about companies like Intel, companies like Google, many of these, let's say, engines of the economy have actually been co-founded by these immigrant workers. So we are not really thinking of economy as a fixed pie. We think that by bringing these people in, we can grow the economy by working with American workforce. So in a way, what we are really suggesting through our study is that they are really not substitutes of each other. They can actually complement each other, and through that mechanism, everybody will be better off. Foreign workers will be better off because they will be able to apply their intellectual potential in this country. American workers will also be better off because together they can create companies like Intel, they can create companies like Google, which benefits the entire economy.
Does the flow of human capital go both ways? Are there Americans who are exporting their skills to work in other countries? In other words, I mean, I'm looking at it again from a political standpoint. Are we getting a fair deal?
I think we don't have systematic data on that, but certainly the anecdotal evidence is there. And I think an example of the way business is going is recently IBM announced its earnings and stated that 2/3 of their earnings came from outside of the United States. Okay? And I think that suggests a new model of a large organization that is really truly for the first time a global company. So there are going to be Americans working all over the globe. There are going to be foreign nationals working all over the globe.
What's the lesson for American workers who want to be able to compete in that sort of world, which is flat, as some say?
One of the key lessons is to develop these capabilities to be able to work globally. What we are doing here at Smith School of Business, we have lots of programs where our students, our MBA students, we take them to these foreign countries to expose them to what is happening in China, what's happening in India, what's happening in Israel, so that they develop competencies to be able to coordinate, let's say when it comes to coordinating with customers, coordinating with vendors in those countries. So I think that is a key need. I think people here, our students here, they need to develop the same capabilities which currently are being supplied by these foreign workforce. just to give you some numbers, last year S&P 500 firms, 48% of their revenues came from abroad. According to another estimate, in 2008, about 35% of profits of American companies came from abroad. So if we want to be able to sell our products and services to these countries and also be able to make profits, then we need a workforce which can coordinate, which understands what is happening in those countries and develop that cultural understanding. And I think that is what really is needed.
And I think in addition to that, to manage in that kind of environment, they need to develop an understanding of the technology that can help them do it, because they're really, companies are working 24/7 around the world. There are communications technologies, there are other approaches to helping you manage in a very far-flung environment like that. So there's a cultural appreciation. We certainly as Americans need better foreign language skills, and we need to understand other cultures because they are the markets and the workers that are interrelated with what we do in this country.
All right, Professors Lucas and Mithas, thanks to both of you for being with us.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
very
us.
much, Jeff. Thanks a lot.